Hello YouTube, Big Swole 58 here, and welcome back to the channel. Today I want to do a show and tell about one of the world's most famous and iconic handguns, and definitely a favorite in my collection, the CZ75B in polished stainless steel. One of the world's truly beautiful handguns, and in my opinion exactly what a polished stainless steel gun should look like. Now CZ developed and issued these guns back in 1975, and they were issued as the CZ Model 75, and it quickly became one of the favorite handguns for militaries and governments and policemen, not just in Europe but around the world. And they were first offered in one configuration, and they were all done in black polycoat. And it stayed that way up until about 1992, and CZ made its first design change where they incorporated a firing pin block and redesignated this gun as the 75B, and stamped all of the guns from that point on as 75B. Now they still made the 75 non-firing pin block version for a while, but they eventually dropped that. So all CZ75s now are the 75Bs. And that gun has, through some minor changes, has remained that way all the way up to today. Now CZ does offer this gun in about 15 other different variants and configurations, but they all fall back on the same and original CZ design of the 75. Now around 2007, CZ offered this gun for the first time in a stainless steel version, which is as we see it today, and it has gone through some minor modifications, but none so noteworthy that CZ decided to change the model designation. So before we get started, we'll do a quick safety check on the gun so that it is empty and safe to handle. Okay, again, 75B, polished stainless steel. If I could describe this gun in one or two words, it would be amazing and beautiful. The fit on this gun is, I don't like to use the word perfect, but it is near perfect. It has no unsightly or unusual gaps. The frame to slide fitment is just near perfect. It has beautiful lines. All of the serrations are nice and sharp and cut exactly the same on the top of the frame, the slide, as well as the serrations on the side of the slide. Even the serrations on the slide catch and the safety, they're all cut exactly the same. The gaps between the slide and the frame, they're perfect or near perfect. Even the serrations on the hammer and on the front of the trigger guard, everything just seems to be just so uniformly done, and just the fit and the finish on it is just fantastic. And there's no rattling of the gun. There's no loose parts anywhere. There's no unsightly gaps between the safety or any of the controls and the frame. Just everything on this gun seems to be so nicely fit and put together. Even the serrations on the magazine release, everything done well. The finish, just like the fitment, is just near perfect. No tooling marks, unnecessary machine marks. Everything's just nice and smooth. The finish on it is uniform. Look like they were finished together. The slide and the frame both have the exact same finish. There's no tooling marks on it. Not on the frame, not on the grip tang. Everything just done well. It's just what a polished gun should look like. And the feel in the hand is just typical CZ. Just a very nice, naturally pointing and feeling gun. And this beaver tail, the way it's sculpted, where it just kind of angles upward right there at the end. Like when you're shooting the gun and you have your nice your grip applied, when the gun recoils, it doesn't dig into the webbing of your hand. It just feels very comfortable, and it's just long enough to help you stabilize the gun, to help keep the muzzle down when you're firing. Again, just feels great. Everything looks great. Even the barrel to slide bushing is just nice and tight, but not tight enough where it interferes with the movement of the slide or the barrel locking and unlocking. It just all seems like it's almost on ball bearings. Just a really nicely done gun. Now, when we get to the grips, these grips, these are aftermarket grips. They're not the ones that came on the gun. The gun came with these rubber grips, and again, CZ gets it right, because these aren't solid rubber grips. It's like a two-piece grip where the grip has a rubber-coated steel backplate with actual rubber panel fused to them, and it makes the grips firm so that they're not going to distort. But the rubber with the checkering on it is just aggressive enough, but yet soft enough to provide for excellent grippage that are extremely comfortable in your hand, but yet aggressive enough to provide a real good purchase on the gun. And they even have a thumb detent, so that when they're mounted on the gun, your thumb actually rides right there in that little detent, so that reaching your controls are extremely easy. You don't have to really alter your grip all that much, if any at all, in order to reach the safety and or the thumb release or the magazine release button. Again, CZ got that right. I mean, they just do an excellent job. Now, these are aftermarkets, but they have that same palm swell. And I got these for, gosh, about 25 or 30 bucks off of eBay, and just refinished them. But they still have that same palm swell and that same thumb detent, and they just feel great. Now that's a plus, because as well as this gun looks, there are no serrations on the front or the rear grip tang, so all of your grippage is going to come from your grip panels, and that checkering is very important in that. If you got wet hands or something and you don't have these grips or these nicely checkered CZ grips, it could be a problem. But now, because this is just a range gun, a fun gun, and I won't be carrying it, that's really not a concern to me. As far as the controls go, the safety, it's first off, it doesn't operate unless the hammer's pulled back, but it is just right where it needs to be. It can be operated very easily just by your thumb. It's not stiff. It operates smoothly, and it's ambidextrous for left and right hand shooters, and it is just perfect. The same with the slide catch. Now, the slide catch is an ambidextrous. Now, if you want an ambidextrous version of the 75, you have to get the 85, but it's not offered in stainless steel. But again, it's just done just right. It's smooth. There's no sharp edges on it. The serrations are just enough to allow for easy operation. And again, just done well. Gun comes standard with a 3-dot sight system. They're not night sights or fiber optics, but they're plenty adequate in sufficient light. The dots are a little small, especially for old eyes like mine, but again, like I said, it's not a gun that I'm going to carry. It's just a range gun, so I'll always be shooting in sufficient light. So they're plenty adequate, and they're accurate. At least the gun is accurate. So the rear sight is drift adjustable, but I've put, I don't know, several hundred rounds through this gun, and it seems to be accurate enough where I wouldn't even want to remove them. So, and it comes standard with 2 steel magazines. They appear to be Met Guards, but they're all steel magazines, very well made. They have a witness holes and are numbered, 16 round capacity. And I've changed the magazine base plates to these stainless base plates that I bought, and I think it makes the gun look so much better with them mounted. Now this gun takes down just like most typical CZs do. I'm not going to do a takedown on it. There's a spill strip. There's lots of videos on YouTube showing how that's done. So I just want to show this gun. It's a beautiful, amazingly beautiful, well crafted, extremely well engineered firearm. And if you're a fan of a 9mm cartridge, and you like 9mm handguns, you would definitely do yourself a great service by finding you a CZ75, whether it's stainless or the black poly coated, and spend some time shooting one. And I promise you, you'll definitely want to add one of these to your collection. These are just some of the finest handguns in the world, and I would rate them as top 3 9mm handguns. They're phenomenal. Now they come in this in another game, and again they come in a really nice plastic hard case with cutouts to store all your accessories. They also come with a jag rod and cleaning brush. Just some added materials provided by CZ. Again, CZ gets it right. I mean, what else can you say? It's a beautiful gun. I promise you, if you ever get a chance to shoot one, you will not be disappointed with it at all. It's a well-balanced gun. It's not too heavy, probably no more so than a SIG P226 or Beretta 92FS. Well balanced, with the slide writing inside of the frame design. It has very little felt recoil, and it's just a near perfect gun. But listen, that's all I have. Please click the like, share, and subscribe button, and leave me any comments that you may have. I love talking about these beautiful firearms. And for now, it's Big Swole 58 signing out.